Hey y'all, so I'm coming on here with a quick message. And y'all should know by now that when I say I'm coming on here with a quick message, there is nothing quick about this message. So I am in a season right now where it's like busy season. Like I have a conference on Friday. It is Howard's homecoming this weekend. Why would I have a conference during homecoming? Don't even ask. And then we're going to South Africa. And so people have been asking me like, how are you feeling about going to South Africa? What are you doing? How are you preparing? How does it feel this time? And my response has been the same. Like, I don't really know. I don't know. And then I was like, maybe it's because I build up so much, like anticipation for Ghana that it feels different. I don't know. But what I realized this week is, or really it was last week, it's because I've been so busy that I haven't created enough space to really process what we're about to experience. And I had a conversation with my aunt, or she had a conversation with me. And she poured into me in a way about being a parent and being a mother and what she's observed in my mothering and how that's impacted my daughter. And the fact that my daughter, she described her as a world traveler, and it just like set me down, like not in a, oh yeah, but in a, dang, we doing this life thing. And sometimes you need those moments where it doesn't matter what the busyness is around you, that you can center yourself and really sit in what a moment represents. And since having that conversation, I can't get it out of my head. So we are preparing to go to South Africa. And when we went to Ghana, I said to my daughter, we do a lot of traveling. I just feel like at least once a year, we need to travel to a different country in Africa. And so we're going to Africa, Zimbabwe, and Botswana. But the real thing about all of this that stood out to me from the conversation with my aunt is that it made me reflect on my own life. Like, you don't get a rule book, y'all. Like, you genuinely don't get a rule book on how do you parent and what is good parenting and how do you make these decisions and all of these things. And it's so often I go through and it's like, is this the right decision? Was I too hard on my daughter then? Am I doing enough? It's like all the questions that a parent will have. And as my aunt was talking about, not just the experiences that my child gets, but it's the character of who she is and how she sees herself and how she carries herself. That is what got me. What it also did to me is that it made me think, and I've told this story before around, I didn't get a passport until I was 28. It's why I would never judge people when people are like, oh, you ain't got a passport. So what? You don't know what a person's life experiences are. So what? Who are you to judge? But my daughter has traveled. And I think as I've been reflecting this past week, one of the things I can tell you all is like, and okay, let me explain this part, is that I've realized I never like dreamed about my life. And let me explain. I've set goals. I knew what I wanted to do for me as a career. But I don't recall a point in my life where I dreamed, like, what is that going to feel like? What is that going to look like? Where are you going to live? How you're going to live? Who would you surround yourself with? I didn't dream until I became a mom. Because then I felt this pressure where it was like, oh, baby, it's not just you no more. You can't just set a goal. You got to think this goal through. What are the things that will be best for you and her? How do you want to feel as a mother? How do you want your communication to be with your child? How do you want your bond to be with her? How do you want like these adventures through life to feel? Even when it feels difficult, or it is difficult, not just a feeling, it is. How do you want to show up as a mom? And y'all, we're doing it. And I think the most beautiful part in all of this is like that my daughter does dream. We have conversations. What are you, not just what you want to be when you grow up, what do you want to do? How are you going to impact the world? Where do you think you would want to live? Where do you think I'm going to be? Am I just rolling with you because you're going to be rich? You know, like, am I investing now for something later? I'm joking. But all of these things are connected because right now I'm just in a state of gratitude. Like, I can't explain it. And if I tried, it wouldn't make sense. But some kind of way, God keeps providing for me. And it allows me to do things with my daughter that I never even dreamed before I had her. But here we are. So we're going to South Africa. If you've made it this far in the video and you've been to South Africa, or you got some recommendations, or you like, oh, you should go to this restaurant, or you should get your clothes made at this place, or if you know about a dance class, because I love my baby to get cultural experiences wherever we go, please let me know. But prepare, because baby, we going to South Africa.